What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a full stretch routine. My body is still recovering from Olympia, so I thought I'd just take you through like what is gonna feel good for me today. My low back's feeling a little bit tight, as well as my legs, because we did legs a couple days ago. So we're gonna be doing more of a focused lower body stretch routine. So hopefully before you've done this, you've done a little bit of a warm up, and we'll jump right into it. Starting off first, we're gonna go into like a nice deep squat. I'm gonna do it from the side. I like to hang out in here just to like see how my hips are feeling. So pushing your elbows out onto your knees. We're just gonna rock back and forth for 5 reps. So that's 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we're gonna just do frog squats. So that's kind of just like a minimal range of motion for this one. So we're just gonna go up, and we're still gonna keep my elbows pushing down or pushing out on my knees. 2, you guys hear my knees cracking? 3, 4, ooh, and 5. That was a nice snap, crackle, and pop. Hands on the ground, we're gonna do some pedaling of our ankles. So just pushing down. I'm only going to go in a range of motion that allows my heel to touch the floor. So if I'm out too far, I won't be able to get that full stretch. So just bring yourself in where you can have that heel fully tap. And again, you wanna just make sure that you're having a big stretch in that calf, nothing too painful. Stretching should never hurt, it should just feel like tension. After doing about 6 or 7 of these each side, we're gonna go a little faster. So this one, moving up the tempo, getting the blood flow. We're gonna go for 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna walk our legs in. We're gonna go into a pike compression. I'm gonna have my feet just slightly hip width apart. We're gonna go into a compression, pull yourself in for 1, 2. Bring ourselves down into a deep squat or as low as you can go. Back up, compress, 1, 2. So if you only can go here, that's totally fine. Work in a range of motion that feels comfortable for you. Again, if you are bending your knees, you don't want your heels to pop off the ground. So as far as you can go in terms of the feet staying flat. We'll hold for another one, 1, 2. We're gonna go for 1 more. 1, 2. Stepping our feet out, just on the outsides of your mat or just slightly wider than our hips. We're gonna go for the same thing. We're gonna pull ourselves in nice and close into that straddle, pop down into a squat, and then back up. 1, 2. Each time you do this, you do wanna be mindful of your posture, so I'm not rounding my back and letting my butt wink. You still wanna keep nice straight posture as you're going up and down throughout the movement. And back down. Up. 1, 2. Back down, we're going for our last one. Hold it, 1, 2. I'm gonna face forward so you guys can see what I'm doing. Here, we're gonna stretch to our right leg. So this one is going to be a bigger stretch in our right side. We're gonna hold for 10 seconds. So 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna bend our left leg, big stretch, and then come back up for 5. As we do this, I don't want this foot to like lift off the ground at all. We're gonna keep it nice and flat, push into this butt cheek, and really stretch and back up. So it's 4, and then 5. Now we're gonna let that foot lift, so if this one needs to come out a little bit more, we're gonna come down into a full cossack squat, or you're gonna feel a little bit higher into like a lateral lunge position. Coming back up. That's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Same thing now on the left side. So reaching over, we're gonna do a 10-second hold. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go into those leans for 1, 2, 3, 4, last one, and 5. Going into the full cossack. Now for this one, if you guys can't do the full range of motion, again, you can do a lateral lunge, or you can just do those leans for another 5 reps, depending on your mobility and depending where you are in your stretching routine. And we have 1 more. And then we're gonna go into our lunge complex. So turning over to our right side, we're gonna bring that back leg down, knee touches the floor. Hands go on leg. We wanna make sure our hips are nice and square, facing forward, pushing our weight towards the wall. This one, we're gonna keep knees stacked over ankle for now. If you do wanna bring that leg in a little bit closer, so that way we go past a little bit, by all means you can, but that's gonna be a little more of an ankle stretch versus right now I wanna focus more on like our pelvic hip area. So now that we've held that for roughly, I wanna say 30 seconds, we're gonna rock our way back, flex that front foot, bum stays off ankle, and you're gonna push your hips backwards, like almost tilt them back into a pelvic tilt, and let yourself get a big stretch in that front hamstring. We're gonna hold this for 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And now we're gonna alternate rocking forwards and back each side, or each direction, sorry. So it's 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're gonna turn into a lateral stretch. So lateral rocks, our foot is gonna stay pointed towards the wall or like wherever you're facing. As we rock back and our bum touches our heel, that foot's gonna face the ceiling so that we get a nice inside stretch on that hamstring. So rocking back and forth for 5, 3, 4, and 5. Last one, we're gonna sit in this position, 10 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming up, going back to that lunge position. Now, if you can aim to have your elbows on the floor, that's what we're gonna go to next. If you can't, you're gonna stay in that upright position again. So elbows on the ground, keeping a nice neutral spine, so don't hunch over too much. We're gonna hang out here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. For those of us who can go into splits, we're gonna slide into our splits. If you don't have your splits yet, you would just simply have your yoga blocks or P-bars or dumbbells and kind of hold yourself up into a split position. But we're gonna do 30 seconds in our split, which I will time right now. As soon as I find it, but it's okay, we're gonna deduct 10 seconds because I know that took me a while to get there. So splits, laser beams on our shoulders, laser beams on our hips, both facing forward. I should not see yourself facing open or having your back leg lift. You wanna make sure that everything is nice and square. So if you have those blocks, you would just slowly ease yourself down. As soon as you start to feel yourself open, that's your maximum range of motion. You wanna move yourself back and then hold in your end position where everything is nice and square. An easy test is to be able to, if I have the mobility today, grab your back leg and your front leg, and that should also be a square position for yourself. Doing it all again on this side. So, hands up, 10 seconds, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna hinge backwards. Again, pelvic tilt. Big flex in that front leg, pushing backwards, 10 seconds. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And now we're gonna rock back and forth. So pushing and then stretch. Each time you wanna be trying to aim to get lower and more of a deeper stretch each rep. 4, and 5. See there, we're gonna rock back into our lateral lunge. Sorry, I don't know why that took me a while to find that word. Again, foot is facing forward. As we rock back, it's gonna hit the ceiling and then come back. So that's 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're gonna hang out here and stretch for 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming up, back into lunge position. If you can, elbows on the ground. Hanging out here for 10 seconds. Even if our elbows are on the ground, we still wanna make sure everything's nice and square, so don't let yourself like lean into your arms or let the leg kind of like push outwards. You still want everything nice and stacked. For 3, 2, 1. We're gonna slide into our splits. Again, this is my bad leg, so we wanna make sure we stay nice and square. And then pop down. 30 seconds here. This is my bad leg, so I'm not gonna lie, we're a little bit tighter than what I want it to be. So that means a lot more stretching during off season. We have 10 more seconds left. Holding. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And because I mentioned my low back's a little bit tighter, we are gonna focus a little bit more on my hamstrings, because basically if you have any type of low back pain, it's mostly because your hamstrings or your glutes are tight. So we're gonna give a little bit more love and attention to that area. So we're gonna start with our seated pike stretch. So I wanna make sure that my legs are glued together, lots of tension, those legs are nice and straight. We're gonna reach as far forward as we can. And we are tight. That explains why my back is a little bit sore today. So we're gonna hold here. Because I'm feeling that I need more attention here, we're gonna do a 30-second hold, so 20 more seconds. With each breath that I'm taking in, I'm trying to sink a little bit deeper into my stretch, keeping my feet flexed. There's a giant hair on it. Disgusting. Here we go. And we have 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna bring it in. We're gonna tuck one foot in to make like a 4 position, and we're gonna really focus on one leg over the other. So now we're focusing on our left leg. We're gonna reach nice and far for 15 seconds. Ideally, if my foot can actually be like lifted off the ground, so I'm getting like a full straight leg, that's what I want. And again, I'm pulling myself forward. So I'm thinking of compressing forwards and almost like pulling this way with my body, but my bum is pushing backwards to get a full hamstring stretch. 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna switch legs. So actively I'm pushing back with my body, but reaching forward with my arms to give myself a big, big stretch. 15 seconds. My foot is flexed, leg is straight. Again, I'm not hunching my back, I'm keeping everything neutral. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. So now that we've done both legs, single leg, we're gonna go back to both of our legs, and this one should feel a lot better the second time we do it. So again, we're gonna go for 30 seconds. So you should feel I can get a little bit lower. Feet are nice and flexed. Breathing through each second of the stretch so that we can reach a little bit further. Almost there, 10 more seconds. People often think like stretching for me is easy, but like on days that I'm tight, I feel the stretch just as much as you guys do. Like this is not a comfortable position for me. 3, 2, and 1. A little tight squeeze to finish off. Next, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do our butterfly stretch. So I'm bringing my knees in, not my knees, my feet in nice and close. A little bit of pressure on my legs. And we're just gonna rock back. Another one that I like to do, which I don't have weights with me today, but if you wanted to do this as well for more of an activation, I like to often put dumbbells on my legs and then pulse up and down. That's like one of my very favorite ones to do. However, if you're just doing body weight, you can also just do pressure with your hands as well. But we're in a relaxed state, so we're just gonna hold it. We're gonna hold for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna go into our pigeon next, which is gonna be focused for our glutes. So right leg forward first, it's gonna be bent in a 90 degree. We're gonna shoot our back leg out. Again, we wanna make sure we're nice and square, so only go as low as you can while that leg stays at 90 degree. My right leg is more flexible, so with ease, I can slowly get into it. Where I'm at that full 90, we're gonna hold for 30 seconds. So for me, my right leg is my good side and my left leg is always my bad side when it comes to being tighter. And that's just something I'm always aware of. So as I do my stretching routines, if I need to, I will do a second round on my left side. However, for this video, I'm just doing a simple 1 and 1. But if you are someone where you notice, like if you've been injured before, or you just know that one side is tighter, spend a little bit more time on your quote unquote bad side. We're gonna come out of that stretch and our left side. So you're gonna see how much tighter my left glute is than my right glute. So 90 degree, trying to go down all the way. And today, my glute says that's as far as you're going. So we're gonna hold here for 30 seconds. I know some people will do a pigeon stretch where they like fully let this leg come in and just sit, but to me, I don't really feel that stretch anymore. Like it kind of takes away from that tension versus the 90 degree. So I like to always keep it at 90 and I'll usually hold on to blocks or just prop myself up like this. However, if you are someone who's super, super tight, then you can potentially do this on like an elevated surface instead. Again, I would prefer that over letting your heel come straight into like your groin area. It just is a little bit safer on the joint, plus it's more of a glute focused stretch that way. We have 3, 2, try to go a little steeper for that last 3 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. So if I let myself slowly sink into that stretch, then I can get all the way down, which is typically why I will do 2 rounds on my left side, because just given a little bit more time, it can sink into that stretch a little bit better. We're gonna finish off with a lying down stretch. On our backs, we're gonna bring our left leg in. We're gonna hold here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna turn it into a 90-degree, bring our other leg up, figure 4, I believe this one's called. Off the top of my head, I don't know why I'm having a brain fart, but anyways, we're gonna call it figure 4. If I'm wrong, my sincerest apologies. We're gonna thread our arms through, grab our leg, keeping this leg pushed out. So if you need to, with this arm that's threaded through, you can actually push with your elbow to make sure it stays out. You just wanna keep this tension on the glute and then pull yourself as far as you can inwards. So my right leg, like I said, is a lot easier for me to control and keep at a 90 degree. So doing this glute stretch on this side, it actually stays relatively good on its own. You'll see on my left side, if you have a tight glute, you'll notice this knee wants to push in. Just keep it pushed out. We'll hold for 3, 2, and 1. Switch sides, keeping this left leg tucked in. 10 seconds first. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Crossing it over, so right away I can already feel my legs trying to fight coming towards me versus just like staying out that way. Grab that leg, push that knee out, and pull it in as far as you can. Once you feel a stretch, again, tension, never pain, you're gonna hold it there. We're gonna hold here for like 20 seconds. This one, you wanna keep your back nice and flat as well, like don't make sure you're arching, stay nice and neutral. All you're focused on, is the glute. So 3, 2, and 1. And that is it. All right, so that is it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this stretching routine. Common questions I get a lot is kind of when I stretch and how I stretch. So something like this, where it's a little bit longer, I aim for around 2 to 3 times a week. And again, I make it very focused on what my body's needing. In terms of workouts, it's always 5 to 10 minutes before as like a warm up, and then 5 to 10 minutes after as a cool down. Also super exciting, this video, I'm doing a giveaway with Transparent Labs. So if you guys wanna enter the giveaway, make sure to comment below and say your favorite products that you like from Transparent Labs to be entered, and they'll be contacting the winner in about a week. Super excited for the giveaway. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next week.